guys.
Hi guys. Yes, you know what to say now. She's like, hi guys. But this is my youngest daughter, Sienna, who's joined me today. And if you've not watched my channel before, I'm Lauren and I'm a mum of 2. And this is my youngest daughter. And yeah, I love baby names videos, and I often do baby names videos on a Wednesday. Do you want to get down?
Yes.
Okay, let me just get you down. 1 second, I'll just sort her out and I'll be back with you in a sec. Okay, so I'm back now, and yeah, Sienna may pop in and out of this video, so you'll maybe see her again in a little while. But anyway, back to today's video, and as many of you know, I do lots of baby names videos, usually looking at sort of different themes or different kind of countries that names come from. I've done Irish baby names, Italian baby names, Greek baby names, yeah, quite a lot of different lists anyway. But today I thought I would share with you some baby names which I love, but most likely won't be using because Andrew's like, we're having no more kids, that's my husband. And I don't think we will have any more. I'm not ready to say 100% we won't, but I highly, highly doubt we'll have any more children, which is why there's a probably in the title in there. So these are names that I really love, but probably won't be using. So I'm going to tell you 6 girls' names and 6 boys' names. And this is also a collaboration video with the lovely Katherine from DubaiExpatMummy. So yeah, she's a fellow mummy vlogger. And she has 2 children, a little girl and then a newborn called Rafi, who's only, I think, 2 and a bit months old. Yeah, very cute. So yeah, if you want to see any cute newborns, head over to her channel. And she's also made a video about names which she loves, but most likely won't be using. So I will link that below for you to check out after you've watched this video. And here's a little clip of her.
Hi guys, I'm Katherine from DubaiExpatMummy. Thank you so much to Lauren for having me on your channel and doing this collaboration with me. So a little bit about me. I'm a mum of 2. I live in Dubai. I have a 3-year-old daughter called Clementine and a 2-month-old baby boy called Rafferty. So today I'm going to be doing a video all about my favourite baby boy names, which I love but didn't use. These are the names which we literally had on list as we were heading to the hospital to have Rafferty, but for one reason or another we didn't go with them. So if that sounds interesting, when you finish watching Lauren's video, please do head over to my channel and have a look around. I would love to have you visit. Anyway, hope to see you soon. Take care now. Bye.
So make sure you check out her video after you've watched mine, and yeah, why not leave her a little comment below as well to say that you've come from my channel, and just, you know, tell her hello. And also please leave a comment below on this video as well and let me know what you think of any of the names. Right, let's get into these names then. So the first name, which I absolutely love but most likely won't be using, is the name Lilia, spelled L-I-L-I-A. I really love the name Lily. I think it's so pretty, really beautiful girl's name, but also quite popular. So I was thinking of something that was a little bit different or a slight variation of Lily, and there's Lilia. And I just think it sounds gorgeous. I love names that end in an A. Both my girls are Sienna and a Sophia, so both of their names end in an A, and I just think it sounds really, really pretty. So of course the name comes from lily, and therefore it means lily, the flower. And the flower is kind of also a symbol of like innocence and beauty and purity, so I think it has a really lovely meaning as well. So that would be first on my list if we ever had another little girl. Next, it's the name Avaya, spelled A-V-A-I-A. I really love trying to think of unique and unusual names, and I've mentioned them in a few other videos I've done, and Avaya is another one of those names that you don't really hear of that much, but I just think is so, so pretty. Again, it ends in an A. I told you I love names like that, but I think it just sounds really, really pretty and feminine. And I find a few different meanings for it. One is apparently in Hindu it means to arrive or inform, and in Ukrainian it means a cherished place. So those are a couple of the meanings apparently. Although most places kind of say it doesn't really have a meaning. It's one of those kind of modern made up names. So you can make it to mean anything you want really, but I just think it's a really, really pretty name. Okay, so the next name is the name Willow, spelled W-I-L-L-O-W, and there was a little girl that went to my daughter's playgroup called Willow, and I remember just hearing the name thinking, I really, really love that name. I just think it's slightly unusual. You don't hear of loads of willows, but it's not too uncommon that people wouldn't have heard of it at all. Of course, it comes from the willow tree, and the willow tree is thought to kind of stand for slenderness and gracefulness because of the I keep saying the arms, not the arms, because of the branches, and the leaves look a bit sort of slender and graceful, apparently, anyway. But I just think, yeah, it's a really, really nice name. Next, I had to mention an Irish name because, of course, I'm originally from Northern Ireland, and I have done 2 Irish baby names lists, but weirdly, this name wasn't on them, so I am now mentioning it in this list, and it is a name I would seriously consider because I really like it, and it's the name Tara, spelled T-A-R-A. I obviously love the Irish connection because of where I'm from, but I just think it has a lovely sound to it too. It has kind of a weird meaning because it means the hill where kings meet, because apparently the old Irish kings used to meet on the hill of Tara, or a hill called Tara, so that's apparently where the name comes from. But I just, yeah, really, really like it. I think it's a really nice name. And again, one that most people will have heard of, and it doesn't have, some Irish names have spellings which people find quite difficult to spell or don't know how to pronounce them, whereas Tara, kind of, you say it how it looks. So yeah, I really love that name. Next, it's the name Isla, spelled I-S-L-A, and I'm sure most of you will have heard of this name because it's become really, really popular recently, but I just really love it, and I don't really shy away from popular names. My children are Sophia and Sienna, which are both really, really popular names, but I love them and I think they sound really pretty, so I decided to use them. And Isla is one of those names as well. Even though it is quite popular and you're hearing of it more and more, I just love it and think it is a beautiful girl's name. And if you're Scottish as well, it comes from Scotland. The name is Scottish because it actually comes from an island, the island of Isla, which is off the west coast of Scotland, I think. So yeah, if you got any Scottish family members, then Isla might be a perfect connection to Scotland. But it's just a name I think sounds really pretty and is lovely for a little girl. And finally, on my list of girls' names that I love but probably won't be using, it's the name Vivienne, spelled V-I-V-I-E-N-N-E. It's obviously like Vivian, but with the E-N-N-E at the end, you pronounce it more Vivienne, and I personally just prefer how that is pronounced. But I've always loved this name. I think it's really beautiful. I'd mentioned it actually on my vintage baby girls name list, which I'll link below if you want to check that out, because I love vintage names. I think it's great that so many of them are coming back into fashion. And it's just a really classic name, but also slightly different if you have the Vivienne at the end. It means alive, so I think it's got a really nice meaning. And also, if I had a little girl and I called her Vivienne, I probably would shorten it to Vivi, which I think is so cute for a little girl. So when she was young, I'd call her Vivi, and then as she got older, she could call herself Vivienne. So those are all the girls' names that I love, but most likely won't be using. Now on to the boys' names. Now these are slightly different from the ones with girls' names. I always go for kind of like pretty names that have vowels in them. By the way, sorry if you can hear my tumble dryer going. Hello you! See, she's back, I told you. Do you want to come sit on my knee?
No.
No. Oh, you okay? She's not feeling very well today, so she's a bit... she's a wee bit hot, so I think she might have a little virus, have you? Anyway, oh, you're gonna break my necklace. Thanks. Thank you. We're talking about boys' names in case you had a baby brother. These are the names that I would like.
No.
No, apparently no, she doesn't want a baby brother. Andrew will be very happy. Right, I'll get through these quickly so I'm not taking up all your time. Hello. You saying hello? Yeah. Okay, so boys' names that I love.
Hello.
I love the name Joshua.
Hello.
I love names that begin with J for boys, so I really, really like Joshua. And yeah, I just like the sound of it. It obviously comes from the Bible, so there's a biblical connection if you are looking for a biblical name, and there was a Joshua in the Old Testament. But yeah, that's just a name I've always loved, and I love it shortened to Josh as well. Right, next then, it's the name Xander, spelled X-A-N-D-E-R. Yeah, and my husband's middle name is Alexander, so that's a huge reason why we'd probably use Xander, and I think it just sounds quite a cool name. And yeah, you don't get many names that start with an X, so I think Xander's pretty cool. The next one is one that's a little bit more, I guess, old-fashioned, and it's the name Albie, which comes from Albert. So it's a shortened version of Albert. I probably wouldn't use Albert, but you could if you wanted, but I really like Albie, A-L-B-Y, or you could spell it A-L-B-I-E if you wanted. And yeah, as I said, that comes from the name Albert, and Albert means noble or bright, so has a nice meaning. I've just got 3 more names to mention and then I'll come. Do you want to hold my hand? She's holding my hand. Very cute. Next boy's name that I really love is the name Zachary, which I'd probably call him Zachary and then maybe shorten it to Zach.
Mummy.
Hold on a sec, I'll be back in a second. Right, I'm back again, and as I was saying, the next name that I love is the name Zachary, and it is also a name that is mentioned in the Bible, so it's of Hebrew origin, and it means remembered by God, but I just really think it's another quite cool name, but also one that's obviously been around for many, many years, and if I had a little boy, I would probably name them Zachary, but would probably shorten it to Zach as they were growing up, or when they're a teenager they're probably more likely to get the name Zach. But I've just always really liked this name. I've loved it since I was young. I watched Saved by the Bell, and wasn't there a Zach in that, and I think that's where I've always loved the name, so that's why it's on my list. Next then, it's a name which has become really popular recently, and it's the name Jackson. Now I probably would spell it Jackson just because I seem to have this thing about X's, but you could spell it Jack. Sorry, my tumble dryer is going mental. If you can hear it in the background, I apologize. Might just close the door. Yeah, so Jackson's just another name that I really like and just think it sounds quite a cool name. And I know Emily Norris recently had a little boy called Jackson. She's spelled with a CK, and I just think, yeah, very cool and trendy name. And the final name that I love but most likely won't ever be using is the name Phoenix. Yes, I know it's a little bit way out there, but I just think this is a really cool name for a boy. I might even, if I had another one, I would maybe consider using it maybe more as a middle name than a first name, but I think if there's a little boy called Phoenix, yeah, he would be a cool dude. I could just imagine that. So it's also got the X in there. Lots of these names have X's in them. But yeah, you might think it's a bit weird, but I just really, really like that name. So those are all the names that I love, but most likely won't be using. Let me know what you think of any of them. Please leave any comments below. Also, make sure you go and check out Catherine's video now. I will link it below, and I'll be back soon with another video. Okay, take care. Bye.